Do you ever wonder why some players are able to get so strong during the laning phase? Well, it's no secret. All of these players have one thing in common. They understand wave manipulation. And the really good players, they have mastered it. By the end of this video, you will understand all of the components of wave manipulation that you need in order to dominate the laning phase. Now, before we get into specifically talking about wave manipulation, I think it's important to understand the value of macro play over micro play in Wild Rift. Now, I know you're wondering what those two terms mean. Macro play is basically the overall knowledge of the game, when to go to an objective, when to take a trade, when to back off, just general game knowledge. Now, micro play, on the other hand, is the mechanics of a trade, reaction speed, skill shot accuracy, the nitty-gritty stuff that happens inside of a fight, that kind of thing. Okay, so you may be wondering, why did I just define macro and micro in a wave manipulation video? In Wild Rift, macro play is just more important than micro play. And it just so happens to be that wave manipulation is one of the most important macro concepts in the entire game. Once you learn to master wave manipulation, you have a huge advantage over your opponent in laning phase. So, as we get started here, I just want to note that I'm not going to be talking about what kinds of minions there are and how much gold they give you when you kill them. That, my friend, is a little something I like to call a waste of time. To begin, there are 3 different ways that you can manipulate a wave in Wild Rift. The first one is called a slow push, so a slow pushing wave. The next one's called a fast push. And finally, there is a freeze, or a frozen wave. Now, this is the kind of stuff that pro players utilize in every single game in order to get advantages in their laning phases. So, let's learn about these different wave manipulation tactics. Wave manipulation tactic number 1, a slow push. What is a slow push? A slow push happens when you have more minions than your opponent, but not too many more minions, or else it'll basically just be a fast push, which we'll talk about later. What will this do? It will actually slowly push your wave onto their side. Now, you might be wondering, why slowly? Why is this word important? A slow push will allow your minions to build up so you have a larger wave, much larger wave than your opponent, and that will crash under their tower, and this has many advantages. So here are the advantages of creating a slow pushed wave. Set up a roam window to a nearby fight, create a minion advantage to help win trades, set up a window to place a ward deep in enemy jungle, have a minion advantage to protect you from getting dove, force the enemy out of a recall. Fast pushing also does this. And in that clip you saw of me slow pushing against the Orianna, the reason I did it was because I wanted the Orianna to stay under the tower, CSing those minions that I had slow pushed and crashed into the tower, while I went and roamed to go try to grab first blood against that Lee Sin that was fighting with my Jarvan. This is what happened. Alright, so I'm just in a quick practice game here. I turned off the AI, and I'm going to show you how to do a slow push. So, really, I'm just going to go for last hits when I'm first starting. So, I'm not going to touch the wave at all unless I'm going for a last hit on the minions. Now, sometimes I do like to take out a backcaster minion, but I don't do that quite yet. So, yeah, right now, we're just going to kind of let the wave do its thing. Only going to go for last hits. And that's all we're going to do. So, yeah, right now, we do have a slight minion advantage, and that minion advantage is just going to grow exponentially. So yeah, right now, like I said, just chilling. We're last hitting. Now I might do a little bit of extra damage just to ensure that our wave is growing a little bit faster, because remember, their minions are also doing damage to ours. So there's also that factor. But you can see the wave starting to build. Go for the last hit here. And I would speed up the process, but I gotta save some of these minions, wait for the next wave to come in. Alright, we're going for the last hit there. Go ahead and last hit that one, and as you can see, our wave is growing pretty large here, and the next wave is going to come out of the base soon as well. So as long as this wave tanks long enough. So you can see this one's starting to come in. They have that cannon minion, which is going to tank for a while. This is the last hit, it's all good. It's not like I need the extra gold, I can just go like this. And as you can see, the wave's getting pretty large now. Now it's under tower, so now you can decide to crash the wave, or you can wait for the next one. It's up to you, but the wave's already there, so crash that under tower, and then from there you can go roam. So you can go like this. You can go, where is it? Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Now I'm in the other lane. Alright, wave manipulation tactic number 2, the freeze, or some people call it like the frozen wave state. Basically what this is, it's when the minions from your side and their side end up meeting just right outside of your tower. Instead of, you know how at the beginning of the game they just meet right in the center of the two towers, you change it or you manipulate it so that the waves meet just right outside of your tower. So a frozen wave usually happens when their minions, they just have slightly more than you. Maybe it's like 1 or 2 more minions, and those minions end up pushing your wave so it's coming towards your side, and you just keep it so they always have more minions, but you don't let their minions come underneath your tower. This keeps it so their wave is constantly coming towards you, but you are the one managing and maintaining the freeze by not letting their minions come too close, because if they get under the tower, then the tower's just gonna start killing them, and then all of a sudden you have more minions and now your wave's pushing towards them. So you want it so the minions on their side are always coming towards you, but you're being very careful and methodical about how you do it to make sure that your freeze does not break. Alright, so these are the advantages of creating a freeze or a frozen wave. Alright, the reasons to create a freeze: set up for a solo kill on your enemy laner, farm safely under tower because of nearby enemy jungler threat, your lane opponent has kill pressure on you and you want to be safe from them because you know that they can kill you, or set up a gank with your jungler on them by forcing them to come a little bit closer to your tower. In that example clip, I knew that Malphite was low, so I set up a freeze on him, and if he wanted to come to get farm, he had to come to the wave, which would have been a really bad idea, and he should have recalled, but he did take the bait, come and try to get some farm, and I just did a combo on him and killed him. So yeah, quick lesson for you guys. If you're low on health and you see your opponent freezing and you're not really sure what they're doing, well yeah, it's freezing and they do know what they're doing. So just recall, you're gonna get yourself killed otherwise. Let's take a quick look at an example of freezing and when it is used. So basically, we're gonna let Zed push us in a little bit. We're gonna let him take our minions, and we're only gonna go for last hits when they come up. So we'll just let Zed do his thing. This minion's coming down pretty low, so I'm gonna go ahead and last hit that. And I'm gonna keep it so he always has like 1 more minion than me, basically. So I'm gonna thin this out, get that last hit, keep Zed there. He does a little bit of damage, so I'm gonna take this here. I'm actually gonna completely take that caster, and we'll leave that one there at full health. So now the wave is kind of stuck here on my side. He can't really do much. He can't dive me because I'm in the safety of my tower. Their imaginary 20-0 fed Lee Sin can't dive me because I'm in the safety of my tower. This is why you would want to freeze. So now this is just going to keep happening until Zed calls his jungler, helps break the freeze, or if I want to base, and then I just push out the wave. But yeah, this is pretty much how it works. You can see his wave's getting a little bit large now, so I'm going to go ahead and thin it out. That's called thinning the wave when it gets a little too big. So I'll go put my wooden wall here, tank these caster minion shots, keeping me up a little bit on health. Oops, I actually put that one into the tower range. That's okay. So we'll continue the freeze. So you get the idea. And another thing that's nice about freezing is you can force the enemy to come towards you, and then you can dive them and kill them, just like this. So we're going to just dive the Zed. He's dead. Didn't even need that NATO. So yeah, that is freezing. Alright, so wave manipulation tactic number 3. Thankfully, this is the easiest one to understand. It's also the easiest to execute. And this is called the hard shove or the fast push. So basically what a fast push is it's essentially you killing all the enemy minions in the wave as fast as you possibly can, you know, depending on how much wave clear your champion has. So the goal of this essentially is to just get your wave to crash underneath their tower, so they're missing the last hits on your minions because the tower's shooting at them, making it harder for them to, you know, last hit them, get that extra gold. Or another reason is if they're basing or you just solo killed them, then you can actually deny them farm by letting the tower just take all of that farm, you know, your farm from them, well, because they're under the tower, since you hard shoved their wave or, you know, fast pushed it. So very easy to execute. It's all about knowing when to do it though. Alright, so let's talk about the advantages. In other words, when is it beneficial to do a fast push? Reasons to fast push a wave: crash your minions under enemy tower to deny farm from opponent, create a roam timer to impact the map, break enemy freeze, recall without missing farm upon return, deny enemy recall by forcing them to stay or they miss farm, gain lane priority quickly because there's an upcoming objective, get a brief level advantage for a dive or all-in trade. Alright, so we'll set up a fast push here on the Zed, showing how to do it, and I'll get a solo kill on him and then do the fast push, because that's when you do a lot of the fast pushes, is right after a solo kill. So we'll do kind of like a little example slash tutorial. So we're going to let the Zed push us in if we're going to go for a solo kill, because we want a nice long lane as a Yasuo to run him down and kill him. Anyway, so we're just going to let the wave come under tower here, grab the 2 last hits, charge up my Q stacks, and then I'll hit a combo on him and kill him. So right here, we'll kill him. Alright, And we'll just whack him up in the air there. Don't need Ignite, so I'll save it. So now that Zed's dead, right, we can push in this wave. So that's a hard shove. Hard shove this wave, or hard push it, whatever you will call it. Fast push the wave. And then while that wave is pushing, you could either go take tower plates or just recall, which is what most players do. So I would just recall. I'm gonna hop into a quick ranked game, and in the laning phase, I'm gonna utilize 2 of these wave manipulation tactics in order to create what I like to call a cheater recall, which basically utilizes a slow push and a fast push together with 2 waves in a row. And I'm gonna show you what that looks like in the game. All right, so we're slow pushing this wave right here, and then we're gonna fast push soon here, and then we'll get a free base. Just like absolute free base, and she'll be dealing with our minions. It's perfect. Jhin got first blood too. I'm gonna go for a quick trade here. Block the charm. Nice. Alright, so now we're gonna fast push, what did I just say? Fast push this next wave here. And then we're just gonna get a free base, because look at all these minions just to deal with. I missed that last hit there. Anyways, so check this out. We're just gonna recall. Probably by... I don't know, we'll see. I want to get some attack speed. This is goodbye here though, so we'll just get the Vampiric Scepter. So yeah, here we are. So we were able to get a cheater recall successfully. That gave us a small lead in the beginning because we got that extra farm advantage and tempo advantage. And what did this do for us at the end of the game? Well, this is later in that game. No penta, rip. If you have any questions about this wave manipulation video, let me know down in the comments, but that's all I have for you. If you did enjoy this guide that I put together, you can show me by leaving a like on the video, and if you want to see some more educational Wild Rift based content, you can also subscribe to this channel. I have videos coming out every single day based on this kind of stuff, or you can check out some of the older stuff that I posted. All that stuff is really informative content. One last thing, if you guys are looking to learn more about Wild Rift and you want a community that you could talk to and learn different things from, or teach different things to others, there is a Discord server that I have for the Rift. If you want to join it, link is in the description. There are other Wild Rift players in there looking to learn things and share their own knowledge about their champion, about their role, whatever. Anyways, well, it's been Gregory, and I'll see you next time on the Rift. Peace out.